We're back. Here we are, Explore Amarillo Podcast. They asked me back to talk again, so I think that's like a life-winning strategy.
You made the cut.
I made the cut, but you did too.
Well, thank you.
I'm so excited to have you here, Phyllis. For people who don't know, you are in charge of Cowgirls and Cowboys in the West, but not only in charge, you're also the ranch hand, the water breaker, the feeder, the horse...
Icebreaker. Icebreaker. And we had some the last several days. We have babies being born out there.
You do?
We're calving right now.
Oh
we
my
have 5 on the ground.
Wow.
Yeah. It's a pretty big deal.
So tell me, like, overall, like, just your business overall, so everybody kind of knows what we're talking about. Just give it to me.
So the name of my business is Cowgirls and Cowboys in the West. That's one of my businesses. We have a 1,000-acre ranch on the rim of Palo Duro Canyon, which is our nation's second largest canyon. Of course, if people don't know, it's called the Grand Canyon of Texas. And we're always really proud of that because when the federal government gets kind of crazy and shuts down, Texas doesn't shut down.
That's right.
So we're open all the time. And our ranch is on the rim. So when they come out, guests come out to our ranch, they see this beautiful canyon. But we also on the ranch have a cattle operation. And we also have an agriculture operation. We grow wheat and cotton and different things. So we're very diverse out there.
A jack of all trades going on out there.
Yes.
Now, we got to go out to y'all's place, and it is gorgeously beautiful.
We loved having you out there. And the video you did was just exceptional.
Well, you know, none of it was us. It was all the environment around us.
Well,
yes, I had such a blast. So people can come out and ride horses. Like, what kind of like things can people come out and do for you guys?
Well, for tourists, which is one of our businesses out there, we provide horseback riding, historic horseback riding. It's on the rim and it's historic land. It was the last free home of the most powerful Indian tribe in American history, the Comanche Indians. And so it's very historic out there. We tell people about the history of the land, about the history of the Comanches, about the history of the first cowboys. So not only do we teach them to ride, they ride exquisite American quarter horses, and we give them the whole lowdown on the history of our land out there.
You know, I got to witness that from my own eyes. And ever since when I go back to Palo Duro Canyon or anytime I'm out close by, that's all I think about is just a story that you tell and how like the land came to be. And I just like view it with a different set of eyes.
Perfect.
And I absolutely loved your storytelling and what y'all guys are doing out there.
Thank you.
It's just going to be a plug. I highly recommend anybody to go check you guys out because it makes you see the world in a different view. And just... it's phenomenal. So, you know, you talked a little bit about quarter horses. So
Yes.
tell, like, some people might not know what that means.
Well, a quarter horse is a horse that was developed by Burke Burnett, who was one of the founders of the Texas Panhandle. He was a cowboy and cattleman way back in the day. And these horses were developed to work cattle. They need different types of muscles for different kinds of applications to work cattle. And so that's what American quarter horses are. And they're the horse of the American West, of the cowboy and cowgirl. And it's pretty amazing. As you can see, I'm very proud.
Yes. And I think we were talking, and you have all sorts of different colors and different personalities out there. So
Yes.
do you have a favorite horse?
Oh, I have many favorites, but my heart horse is out there. That's what they call the horse that is your horse that you had when you were younger, and his name is Hank, and I named him after my dad after my father passed away. And by the way, cowboys say it's bad luck to rename a horse, but I think I'm the luckiest girl to be able to say my dad's name every day.
Yes.
He's passed many years ago. And so Hank is my favorite horse.
Now, what color is Hank?
He is a golden palomino.
Oh,
Yes.
I love palominos.
Yeah.
Man, and you have a range of colors out there. I think people who don't know horses as well, that's what they go to and they gravitate towards is just color, right?
Right,
And you
right.
guys have an array of beautiful horses
And that
out
is
there.
by design.
Mm-hmm.
I want just a variety of different horses. I have paints, I have red roans, I have dun horses, I have sorrels, I have bays, I have palominos. So, yeah, I like a variety of colors.
Yes, I could tell when we were out there.
Yes, yes.
You know, a horse is so majestic and so big, and sometimes can be a little bit intimidating
Mhm.
to people. Can you kind of explain a little bit when people come out there for the first time, they've never ridden a horse, kind of
Mhm.
y'all's processes of how that works and what y'all do with the tourists?
Well, we love riding horses wild and fast ourselves. But when guests come to the ranch, we give them a full explanation, demonstration. We guide them. We basically teach them to ride. And we give them instruction, which are the best habits for riding. And that's what we do. And by the time they finish, generally, our 1.5 hour riding experience, they know how to ride a horse. So in the future, when they go and ride, and those people don't teach them how to ride, they remember what we taught them.
Yeah.
So that's our process. Safety is the most important thing, but they ride on 1,000 acres. They ride out free, not in pens and not always on a trail. We call it posse style. You ride side by side rather than in a nose to tail line. And we want the experience to be very Texan, and Texans do not ride in a line. So.
You know, I noticed that the girls were the leaders of the group. But some of the things that they were doing out there that I've not seen on any other trails is, you know, they were opening gates and stuff
Right.
as a, you know, and when I think back to, you know, the Texas Cowboy, we look at feed yards, things like that, you know, that's working, right?
Absolutely.
So having the horses being able to train to open gates and things like that is just something.
Well, we open the gates.
Well, yes.
Yes. But that would be good. If
That
we
would be
could
easy
train
and
the
better.
horses to open the gates.
That'd be better.
But yes, it's all of our crew are hired for their horsemanship skills, for their guest courtesy skills, for all of the skills that they need to have when they are taking guests on horseback. It's a highly skilled job.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, when I hire for all of the things that any business owner would want, which is, you know, great guest courtesy, intelligence, just all of the things. But our caveat is they must be an exceptional horseback rider.
Well, I feel like that builds into the safety too, right?
Absolutely.
You know, if they don't know how to
Absolutely.
ride a horse, it's not helpful to teach
And
them.
for every employee I hire, I'm interviewing 25
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have that many
So.
people come out.
Who want to
Yeah.
do what we do.
I mean,
Yes.
honestly, that
I
would be
mean,
like the
if-
kind of the best job ever.
It is the best job ever. It's hard, though.
I believe it is hard work. So you said, you know, you're just not only with the horse riding, but you've got the cattle side. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, we have a cattle operation. It's a cow-calf operation. So we breed mama cows, and, you know, in fall and winter, they start having babies, and and then we just grow babies, and we're here providing food for the nation.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And that's something that's unique to you guys too, is the cows are out there with you while you're riding.
Oh, absolutely.
They're just there.
Absolutely. I hope someone goes to the video that you guys did when you came out there with Explore Amarillo, because that illustrated exactly what we do. We had the cattle out there, and it was just such a fun time.
It was, and we got to come early in the morning, and it was the most beautiful, quiet, magical time. I mean,
Right.
you couldn't have asked for a better experience.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I think that's what people don't realize when you look at some of the videos and you're not there living it, you don't feel it, and
Mhm.
so just to be able to kind of talk to you and bring you in here today is so exciting. So I feel like you're part of the feel out there. Like you build this history and this story, and just listening to your voice whenever you're out there talking I just think it's magical.
Well, when I was running hotels, I envisioned this.
Oh,
So that's, when you're an entrepreneur, that's all you do is think about possibilities.
yes.
And actually, I ran a hotel here in Amarillo for many years. I was a turnaround specialist for hotel companies, and they brought me in here to fix this big, beautiful hotel that was here. And while I was running that and doing my magic with that hotel, in 2008, Paul McCartney came through. Yes,
What?
I mean, my
In
all-time
in
crush.
Amarillo.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
But that hotel was so high profile that all of the celebrities stayed there. I mean, Oprah was there, and Billy Bob Thornton, and Angelina Jolie, and John Travolta, and just so many celebrities. You name it, they've been there. But Paul McCartney came through, and as the manager, I always was in charge of vetting and approving anyone who came into our high profile suites, which were very, very luxurious and very, very nice and on the concierge level. But I got this call one day as I was sitting in my office. And this lady said, "We have a man coming through, and he wants to be, I understand you have a private keyed access floor." And, of course, I told her yes. And she started giving me more information. And as it turns out, long story short, it was Paul McCartney.
That's crazy.
And he was going down Route 66 with his new girlfriend. And so I got everything ready. And of course, one of our rules at the hotel was that we didn't ask for autographs. We didn't, hover over the celebrities. We let them live their life. And that was what attracted celebrities to us, because we weren't all over them. But with Paul McCartney, I mean, I was just holding back. And of course, me being the boss, I could never break the rules. But he was just so gracious. I was sitting in my office after he checked in, and he called, and I could see where the call was coming from. And I answered the phone like I always did. "This is Phyllis. How may I help you?" And he said, "Phyllis, this is Paul."
Oh my gosh, my heart would have just stopped right.
It did. And I said, "Well, hello, Paul."
Just casual. Hey, Paul, we're on first
And
name
I
basis
knew
here.
he was calling me for a date. Oh, but he had a girlfriend there.
Oh,
So
that's-
I had to get back to reality. But anyway, he wanted to thank me. He was so gracious. And of course, I did not know this at the time. Had I done the research that I needed to do, I would have realized that our suite was designed as a cattleman's suite. So there were pictures of horses and cows, and everything was leather. And, we'd given him a VIP gift basket, and it had, rolled beef and all kinds of
True
things.
Texan room, huh?
And Paul McCartney's a vegetarian. And he still spoke to me after that. He said nothing about it.
Oh, yeah.
But someone told me.
Oh,
It was like one of the biggest faux pas.
oh, no.
But I was able to interact with him in another way, because there were a lot of paparazzi there, and we kind of whisked him out here and there. And so
That's so awesome.
it was pretty amazing.
Well, and honestly, like you think about Amarillo sometimes, and you're like, well, celebrities don't come through here, but that's not true at all. I mean,
Yes,
they just
they
come.
do come through here.
Yeah.
one day I would always, my motto was MBWA, management by wandering around. I mean, you have to see what's going on, what
Yep.
the guests see, and, this and that. And one day I was up on the concierge level and I turned the corner and there was Billy Bob Thornton sitting on the sofa, and next to him was Angelina Jolie. And it was when they had started dating. And I'm like, what a great life.
Yeah. Yes.
But when Paul McCartney was there, he was going to come out to the ranch and ride. And we had it all scheduled, and my husband and I were going to take he and Nancy out for a ride. And as it turns out, they had to leave early, so we weren't able to do that. But he said, you need to really think about offering this for people coming through Amarillo, because I would want to come again. And so I sat on it for about 3 years, and in 2011, I gave my 4-month notice to the owners and decided to start Cowgirls and Cowboys in the West, because I was out working cattle with the cowboys in the mornings, and then I would come back in the afternoons or at noon and run the hotel and work till later. And there was nothing I would rather do than be on horseback. So that's how it started, and we do chuck wagon events out there and have entertainment and teach people how to rope and serve them great meals and all of the things. So
you say chuck wagon. Some people might not know what that means.
Well, the chuck wagon, I describe it as the food truck of the Old West. And when the big cattle drives were going on in the 1800s, a man by the name of Charles Goodnight, who is from this area, he said, I need to move more cattle, so I need to get skilled people doing that. And how do I attract them? Well, what he did was what is the way to a man's heart? It's through his stomach.
That's right.
So he developed this chuck wagon that would go with them, and he would give them 3 meals a day, and it was wonderful.
It worked.
Yes,
it's a great business idea.
Yes, it did, and he made more money than any cattleman at that time. He didn't keep it, but he really was onto something.
Yeah. Well, that's a cool experience that you guys offer. Now, you're not, you talk about doing hotels and things like that, so you obviously didn't start here with us. Can you give me a little bit of your back history of where you came from, things like that?
Okay, so I was born a little bitty baby. I was actually born in Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah, I was born there. My mom was from Alabama, and my dad, who she divorced right after I was born, or something happened. You never know how those things go. But when I was about a year old, she met a man who became the man I know as my father. And he was one of the people who helped start Holiday Inns with Kimmons Wilson.
Oh, wow.
Back in the day. And so when they got married, my dad started working, aggressively with Holiday Inns, and I was raised in hotels. And that gave me the skills that I needed to, of course, I went to college and majored in tourism and business management, but I was never going to be in the hotel business. But at one point, I decided it was an honorable thing to follow in the footsteps of my dad. And so that's what I did, and I became a turnaround specialist for several hotel companies. And my parents started having failing health, and I was running a hotel in Seattle. I've been in Seattle and New York and Phoenix and all kinds of places in between. And I got a call from a man that I worked for in Tulsa. And he said, I bought 4 hotels in Amarillo, Texas, and would you come take care of them? And I said, where? The only thing I knew about Amarillo was I had turned around a hotel in Roswell, New Mexico, and I had driven from Tulsa to Roswell. And doing that, you go through Amarillo, and the only thing that I knew about was the smell. Because, of course, here it's the smell of money.
That's what they say.
But it's cattle. And that's all I remembered about it. And I flew into Amarillo, which was the smallest airport I had ever seen. And because I could drive to my parents in less than 6 hours, I took the job.
Yeah.
And I've been here ever since.
Wow.
I fell in love with the Western way of life, with the people, with the pace of the city. It's just so honest and real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it really is. I always feel like people kind of forget about us or don't really put us on the map. But in all honesty, it's kind of good.
It's a great thing.
It keeps us like level-headed, but also it kind of gives us the ability to kind of be ourselves.
Independent.
We're not trying to be something else. We're not trying to do something that everybody else is doing. We just kind of do our own thing.
Right.
I've always loved the Panhandle. It's my home of homes, and I don't know if I would go anywhere else. But it's fascinating that you've been all over.
Right.
Everywhere, and you chose here.
Yes.
That says something.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal.
Well, you've been to the ranch. You know why I choose
yeah, that's true. It is beautiful. It is so beautiful.
Every place has its allure. I love New York. I love Seattle. I love Phoenix. I loved, Roswell and Florida and all of the places. And they all have their beautiful qualities. They also have their, not so good qualities. And that's with every place. You just have to choose where you fit best.
Yeah, that's very true. That's like well spoken,
Phyllis.
Thank
you.
That's why I had you here. I knew you'd say really good words.
Well, I don't know about that, but every now and then
You have some good one-liners, I'll tell you that.
Well, thank you.
Oh, yes. And so, hours of operation, things like that, because obviously the weather becomes impactful to your business and things like that, for the tourists at least, because the show must go on with the cattle side. But kind of give me some ideas of like, are y'all open in the winter? Like, what are y'all's?
We work very hard. And we will ride our horses during high season, 3 to 4 hours a day, maybe. They have a great life out there, believe me. One of my wranglers said the other day, he said, if I were a horse, this is where I would want to be. Because, we treat them so well. We take care of their every need. They roam the ranch on their own. They don't have to stay in stalls and pens. And that is the natural way for a horse to be. Of course, they come in and we feed them high performance feed, and there's grass on the ranch and hay bales and all of the things. But they live out there just wonderfully. And as far as the guests, when the guests come out, I only have a certain amount of rides that I will do a day, and it may be 2. And some days it's only 1 because I don't want to overwork the horses, and I don't have to. I have diversity financially on my side, so I don't have to do that. But we have the guests come out when the weather is optimal. So in the summer, when it gets really, really hot, we have the guests come early in the morning when it's not hot, when it's cool and comfortable. In the winter, when it's cold in the mornings, we will have them come in the afternoons.
Okay.
And we do sunset rides. We do all kinds of things that are fun and different.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing.
I need to put a sunset ride on my bucket list.
I'll tell you what, they're amazing.
Gosh.
They're
Man,
amazing.
I can only imagine.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I want to put that down.
Yeah.
I do have to ask, so when we're coming in, there's a horse head made of metal, coming in. Where did you find that? Like, I love that piece.
Thank you.
It is gorgeous piece of art.
Thank you.
I was just curious, where did you get that?
We have a metal artisan who lives in Amarillo. His name is Ben Curtis. Matter of fact, I think the Big Texan has some of his art.
Okay.
He also does art, well, just all over.
Yeah.
But he is a friend of mine, and he will grace me by putting some of his artwork out there. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Very dimensional. He uses, scrap metal to do those. But thank you. I love those. Of course, horses are everything at the ranch. We just work for them. So
it is definitely an eye catcher, and I've had that in my head for a long time. So I'm really glad to finally understand where I got it from.
He might have a couple still
out. Yeah. Well,
he does guitars. He does all kinds of things.
Yes.
You name it, he's done it. Dove's Rest is one of the places that he has a lot of the art. But here at the Big Texan RV Ranch, he also has his artwork.
Okay.
So,
well, I'm gonna have to get out there and start looking for it then, because it's beautiful.
Yes,
it is very
is
beautiful.
Quite the artist.
Yes, I would definitely agree with that. So when we came out, I don't know if you knew this, but my children were really upset that I didn't take them and that's all I hear now is like, why did you get to go ride?
How old are they?
They're 10 and 7.
Oh,
and
nice.
So I was going to ask you, like, how does that work with kiddos and things like that? What do y'all do?
Well, we will take kids riding as young as 3 years old.
Okay.
But if they're 6 years old and under, we use a buddy saddle.
Okay.
Which we will attach to our saddle. Our wranglers will attach this buddy saddle to our saddle, and we will ride with the kiddo behind us. It's like they have their personal babysitter.
Okay.
Yes. And it's so funny. People will always say, "Is there a discount for the kids?" And it's like,
They're getting experience.
More labor is involved in taking care of the kids than anyone. So
like a buddy saddle. So they sit behind, like, okay, so that you have the rider, and then they sit right behind the rider. Okay.
And it's like this big, easy, plush chair that they're sitting in.
Oh,
it's encased in foam and canvas, and I mean, it's wonderful.
Maybe I want to ride on the buddy.
I'll tell you what, it's pretty special. And we have a picture of it on our website, Cowgirls and Cowboys in the West.
Okay.
And it's pretty special. I'm the only one that does that. I don't know if there are any outfitters that do that at all.
Yeah, I've never seen it before.
Yeah.
So, that's fascinating.
But, having kids and now grandkids, I wanted these kiddos to be able to ride too.
Yes.
It's their first experience is riding a horse, and there is nothing better than riding a horse. Well, there may be a few things, but riding a horse is up there.
It really does give you some sort of power, and you feel the, them underneath you, and you just have that, I don't know what the right word is. It's
a feeling of power.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. But it's like, you also have to be kind and courteous to the horse too, like.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just
you're in partnership.
Yes.
And the horse our horses are so intelligent and so well trained and have such good personalities and demeanors. They're not aggressive in any way, so they know what they're doing. We also use these horses working cattle.
Yeah.
So they're very athletic, they're very well-rounded, and they know when they have a great rider, and then they know when they don't. So they're very gentle and kind, but it's not just the horse on the ride, it's the horse and the rider. So the rider has to engage also.
Right.
Yeah.
And I will say, I was listening when, the girls were telling everybody how to get on the horse. And they did a great job of explaining and making people comfortable, especially if you've never been on a horse. Now, what people don't know is that we got to have like a VIP tour together.
Were there other riders on that ride?
Patrick was there.
Okay,
Patrick
well,
was with us,
he's
and
family, though.
yeah, but I got to go with you on a side by side,
Right,
and
right.
I actually enjoyed that more maybe than a horse ride because we got to go
Well,
and
we had a good time.
we did have a good
Yes,
time.
it was a good time.
I feel like we got to explore the secret parts that maybe they didn't get on the trail. I think one places I really liked is that it was off to the side and it was a pond up at the top.
Playa Lake.
Yeah, up there. But I think it just kind of showed me how large your place is. You know, you said 100 acres.
No, 1,000.
1,000 acres. Okay, that's what I was.
Well, you know, that's pretty big, but by Texas standards, it's not that
Well,
big.
you know, it depends on who you ask, I suppose.
Right. You know, it's that Texas arrogance.
So not only do you, okay, so you have the cattle, you have the horses, but then you have a wheat. You have a
We have wheat and cotton.
yes.
We have land that we use for agriculture.
Yeah.
So we've got quite the diversity out there.
I would say so. And I just am blown away by all the things that you've like kind of put together in one place. It really shows the true Texas Panhandle all right there.
Right.
You know, that's that. And then we got the Palo Duro Canyon Rim thrown in the mix of
Yes.
everything.
And the history and all of
Yes.
the things. And the cowboying and
Yeah, they
the
got the chuck
cowgirls.
wagon.
You know, we have babies being born right now.
Yes.
So we have 5 on the ground that are just healthy and beautiful. And when the guests come and ride, they get to see the cattle and they get to see the new babies. And every day we check to make sure everyone's okay and if there are any new babies being born. And the guests get to help us with that process. So that is such an amazing experience for people who just don't know about the history, don't know about being on the land or riding a horse, but actually to go out there and help us check cattle is pretty special.
It really takes you back to a time that is simple and slows you down a bit. You know, you can't be out there on your cell phone because if you are, you're probably not steering your horse where you're supposed to be going.
No, you can't. The only thing you can do with your cell phone is take pictures. And we tell people ahead of time, don't accept any calls, don't make any calls, don't do any podcasts on So, yeah, it's all about safety, but we do allow people to take photographs because it is an experience of a lifetime.
For sure.
And, you know, our ratings show that, and the comments on TripAdvisor and Google reviews are just exceptional. And it is a heritage tourism business. And they say that people who are coming to a heritage tourism business are far more respectful than just regular tourism guests because they appreciate so much the history. They appreciate so much just the whole real earthy, authentic experience.
Yeah. Well, you truly get disconnected out there,
Right.
right? Like it's truly,
Or connected,
well, that's right. You get
whichever way you want to look at it.
disconnected
I call
from
it
techno.
connected.
I like that better. You really connect with
You're connected with the land.
Yes, yes, and that's something that you don't really get to do. Like,
Right.
you think about all like adventures that you can go out on, and a lot of it is, you know, man-made or man-built, and you just kind of are in it. But that is truly the beauty of nature
Right.
out there.
Right.
Now, do y'all get a lot of like foreigners or tourists coming from out of the country?
We do. I mean, there is an international and historic romance with Texas, with the cowboy, with the cowgirl, with the Western way of life. So we have many people come out,
Oh, I'm sure.
and we are grateful to have them. You know, when I travel, you know, to Europe, I want to know about the experiences there. I'm obviously a big history buff, but people conversely want to come to the United States, particularly Texas. So we're happy to accommodate. We love our international guests.
Yes, well, it is truly like the Western way. I would assume when people think about Texas, they think about cowboys, they think about horses, they think about the wild,
cowgirls.
And cowgirls, yes, cowgirls as well. And the wild, just kind of like the wild, wild west of life, you know? And truly, that's what experience you're giving to people.
Exactly.
And that's what they can get from that. So
that was the vision.
Well, you nailed it.
Yeah.
You have nailed
Me
that
and
vision.
Paul.
You and Paul. You just took Paul. That's all we needed. Maybe he'll call me and I can get some visions.
There you go. Oh, man. We're not going there.
Okay, we'll just leave it at that. How does that
My
sound?
husband's going to hear this.
Well, is there anything else that you want to share to the people?
Oh, the book.
Oh, yes. Tell us about that book. Yes.
I just wrote a book that has been in the works for many years, and it's called Cowboy Business. And for years, when I was out with the cowboys working cattle and doing the things that we did on the ranches, I would just see things and watch them work and work myself and see the simplicity of how things are done correctly or incorrectly. And then I would get out of the saddle and take my boots off and put my three-piece suit on and go run hotels, good, big luxury hotels. And when I got to the hotel, I would see the similarities in what was happening on the ranches working cattle, and then what I was experiencing in the hotels. One day in particular, a high-headed cow is a cow who's out in the pasture, who is heady and has an attitude, is not cooperating, and it's very dangerous and really causes problems. And one day we were experiencing that on our gather. And then I got in the hotel and I saw an employee that was a high-headed cow. And that was my first chapter.
Okay. Well,
it was pretty amazing.
I'm fast. Okay, so you have this book coming out. Is it out yet, or is it like?
Well, it is. Well, it's partially out. It's on Amazon.
Okay.
But when I got it in my hot little hand, I saw some things that I wanted to change. So by the time this podcast is finished and aired, it will be on Amazon.
Okay, that is awesome.
Cowboy Business by P.J. Golden.
Okay, I like that. That sounds real formal.
Yeah, it is.
I
didn't want anyone to know a woman wrote it.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
There you go. Well, I want to hear more. Like I'm gonna have to go read it though.
Please.
Yes, I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
All your stories have always fascinated me. Just your life. Your life is unique.
I'm blessed.
And
I am blessed.
I feel like you probably have 7,000 more stories inside that little head of yours. Can you think of this might be hard, just the craziest, most outrageous thing that you've experienced in your life, or something that maybe?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. I'll tell something that's kind of funny.
Okay.
And did you ever watch any reality TV?
Yeah, I dabbled.
Have you heard of the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
I've dabbled in that a lot, yeah.
Do you know the one lady, I think her name is Kim, and she was married to a football player. I think they've since divorced. But they came out and they were airing an episode of her show, which was, I don't know, Don't Be Tardy or something like that. And they came out, and of course, the production company called and got it all set up. And as it turns out, we had some availability and could take them. And so they came in their RV, and we were waiting for them. We had the horses saddled, and we were going to take them out on a ride. And the first thing I saw, I had told them specifically to wear boots. And I saw them come out of that RV. And they had boots on, but they were 6-inch stiletto boots. And that isn't the funniest, but that was just an illustration of how people don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
they were very nice, gracious, especially her husband. The Wranglers, who are all girls, by the way, were pretty enamored by him. And the young girls were very disappointed. There weren't as many guys out there as they had wanted to be. But it was me telling the lady, "I'm sorry, ma'am, you can't wear those."
So put that on your list. No stilettos
Yeah,
for
no
a horse ride.
stilettos, please. You know, can you imagine if her foot came out of the stirrup and spurred the horse? I mean, people are just clueless. Not everyone, by any means. I would say 99.99% of our guests are very respectful, do their homework, know what to wear. But this privileged
Individual
lady
Yes.
did not get it. Was that a good enough story?
That was a great story. That's what I'm talking about. I'm like, what else you got in there? Like,
there's a lot. There's a lot of stories.
You know what that means? I feel like we have to have you back on the podcast.
Oh,
we'll
I would
come
love
back.
that. I hope I've done okay.
You did a great job.
You know, it was so good having you guys out at the ranch, and the whole experience was just truly magical for us. And we have a lot of people who come out doing those things. Thank you for not wearing stiletto
Yeah, no
heels.
stiletto. Well, we were so appreciative to come out. I've already marked it down. I'm going to have to come out for a sunset ride.
Please.
Yes, that'll be a
Please.
good time.
We'll have to have y'all out for one of the chuck wagon
Oh,
events.
yes.
They're
yes.
a lot of fun,
I would love
too.
to do that too. So
Yeah.
many things. So many
Yeah.
things. Well, we appreciate you so much today coming
Perfect.
on.
Perfect.
Yeah.